Hey guys, I'm Mike Burns for Severne Windsurfing North America, and I am here with my favorite sail of all time, the Severne Freek. And I've been on this sail since 2015, and I've noticed Severne is the brand that they're not going to try to reinvent the wheel. When they have something that's working really well, they're going to just make little improvements to it. They're not going to like put it off to the side and then make a totally new design, which drives me nuts about some other brands when you find something you like and then they just go and change everything the next year. So the Freek has been getting these little improvements since 2015. 2020 was the last time, so last year's model was the last time they had a nice improvement. They turned on a little more power. For the freestyle department, it had a lot more lift than the previous years. So if you're into the backwinded tricks or aerials, you know, with loops and stuff, 2021 and the 2021 and last year's 2020 model, you're really gonna like, and you're really gonna see the improvements with that. Also with foiling, the 2020 and the 2021 behind me, they're gonna have more power, they're more pumpable, they'll get the foil going earlier, so they'll work even better for foiling than the previous year Freaks. The bottom end compared to 4-batten sails is the same. And the way they do that is their panel layout. And that's what Severne is known for. Like, they only use the types of materials necessary and that will give the sail an advantage, you know, in each panel. So they'll take the whole sail and think about, what does the panel next to the mast need to do? What does the panel at the foot of the sail need to do? What material is going to be the best one for getting the sail to move along and feel the crispness in your hands? So when you take a look around the sail, you can see all these things. At the foot of the sail, there's a really hardcore X-ply material. If you're trying tricks, you're bouncing off the sail all day long. I know I am anyway. So at the foot of the sail, you have a nice X-ply material. All the seams are actually covered. So when you're bouncing off the sail, or when the sail, you're in the water, trying to water start and the board is rubbing on the seams, it's not going to wear through on the threads. So that's a really great thing that Severne's been doing, is covering up the threads along the foot of the sail, so your sail's going to last a long time. Then we move up to the middle of the sail. It's monofilm for the main panels of the sail. Why do we use monofilm? Because it's the least stretchy material in the bunch. So when you want a crisp, performance-oriented sail, you know, something you want to go fast on, something you want to get moving early, and you still want it lightweight, you want monofilm. And now, how do they get the lift out of the freestyle sail? How do these guys go so high in the air? And the way they do it is actually the same way they keep control in the sail. So in the front of the sail, you'll notice up by the mast sleeve, there's that gray panel up there, and that is actually Dacron. And the Dacron is a stretchy material. So unlike the monofilm that the wind hits it and it pushes off there real fast, the Dacron will stretch. So when you hit a gust, or when a gust hits you, instead of the back end of the sail powering up, that Dacron's going to flex a bit and keep some wind up front. So you feel the sail just pull so steady, right in the middle, right where that center of effort was before. You get hit by that gust, and with that 5-batten design, you're locked in and you're going through that gust, you're in full control, and you can set up for the next trick. The second thing that Dacron panel also does is when you're doing some power moves, so if you're doing a forward, or if you're doing one of the duck moves where you're backwinding the sail, and you see the guys, you know, they'll pop and then jump and fly in circles through the air, and they get so high because that sail actually, when they push on the backhand, it fills up the front panel and it sends them upward. So it doesn't matter if you're going forward or you're backwinded, that Dacron patch is the key to getting the lift out of a freestyle sail, and that's the reason the Severne Freek has one of those there. So let's talk about the spider fiber out towards the clew of the sail. So that's there for two purposes. One is it acts like a stringer in the board, helps keep the board stiff. The spider fiber will help keep that EM3 material from stretching. So the X-ply is a little stretchier than the monofilm, so it helps keep the performance of the sail overall and keep the sail in the shape we want it to be in. Anytime you have to move the sail around, you're going to notice a lighter sail. So dispersing the load out lets them use less material on the clew, whereas it's far away from your body, so that's going to be the hardest, you know, point to react to a heavy sail. So that's a great job lightening up the clew and making everybody's life easier in windsurfing at everything. So now that we know about all the great features that make the Freek a top performing sail, let's move on to some of the little things that just make life a little bit easier while rigging on the beach. All right, it's the little things like a little hook that keeps the sail rolled up so when you're trying to put it in the bag, it doesn't unroll on you. This sail is Cyclops compatible. All the wave and freestyle sails in the Severne range are compatible with the Cyclops extension. So it's a loop and go system. You just loop the sail up through the pulleys, back down through the pulley on the extension, downhole it, and you're all downholed ready to go. There's a nice little pocket in the sail, so when after you're downhole, you just tuck the handle from the Cyclops extension up in there, and you're ready to go. One of my favorite little tools in the world is the Hex 4 tool from Severne, because this little guy right here, it's stored inside the bottom of your sail. It comes with every sail and every board Severne sells. It's stored up inside the bottom of the sail, and it adjusts your batten. So when you need to adjust a batten, if a batten came loose, you can do that. It's also good for your fins on your board, your foot straps on your board, and then you can open a beer at the end of your session. So that's a 2021 Severne Freek. If you're into freestyle, if you're into bump and jump, it's an incredible sail for foiling, so you can use it for that. And whatever you're doing on the water, the Severne Freek is definitely going to take your windsurfing game to the next level.